Welcome back, guys. Today we're breaking down something that a lot of people completely ignore when new packs drop in eFootball. Everyone looks at the overall rating, everyone looks at the shiny stats, everyone gets excited about the big time and Showtime labels, but nobody really stops to ask the most important question. What is actually the biggest weakness of these cards? Because every single elite card in eFootball has a weakness. No matter how overpowered they look, there is always something that holds them back just a little bit. So today we're going through 3 of the biggest English season cards, Declan Rice, Erling Haaland, and Hugo Ekitike, and exposing the one weakness that really defines each of them in-game. Starting with Declan Rice, on paper this card looks extremely complete. 106 CMF box-to-box, very balanced stats across the board, 90 ball control, 90 dribbling, 91 tight possession, and elite passing with 94 low pass and 92 lofted pass. That already tells you Rice is not just a destroyer, he's also a very capable ball progressor. Then you look at the defensive side. 88 tackling, 88 defensive awareness, 91 defensive engagement, 90 aggression, very solid. And stamina at 93 means he can run all game long. But here is the real issue, and this is his true weakness, offensive awareness at 72. That number tells you everything about how Rice behaves in attack. Even though he is a box-to-box midfielder, he doesn't consistently make aggressive forward runs into dangerous areas. He doesn't arrive late in the box like top attacking midfielders. He doesn't position himself like a natural offensive threat. He's more reactive than proactive going forward. Now, some people might say that doesn't matter because he's more defensive anyway, and that's partially true. But in a fast meta where CMFs are expected to contribute both defensively and offensively, that low attacking awareness means you will feel his absence in final third situations. He will recycle possession, he will support build-up, but he won't consistently be that extra runner who breaks defenses. That's the weakness. Now, the best progression for Rice actually leans into fixing his identity instead of changing it completely. Shooting 10 helps him become more dangerous from distance. Passing 9 maximizes his already elite distribution. Dribbling 4 keeps him stable without overinvesting in flair. Dexterity 8 improves responsiveness. Defending 9 strengthens his core role. So instead of trying to turn him into an attacker, you double down on him being a dominant midfield controller. Next up is Erling Haaland. And honestly, this card is terrifying in the current meta. 108 CF target man, 97 offensive awareness, 96 finishing, 90 heading, 98 physical contact. That combination alone tells you exactly what kind of nightmare he is. Add 93 speed and 93 acceleration, and you suddenly have a striker that is not just strong in the air, but also devastating on counters. Then you add bullet header and willpower, and things get even worse for defenders. Willpower makes him stronger as the game goes on, which is basically unfair for anyone who plays late-game defense. But every card has a weakness, and for Haaland, it is balance. 75 balance is his biggest issue, and it actually affects more than people think. In tight situations when he is pressured by multiple defenders or forced to turn quickly inside the box, he can feel slightly heavy or unstable. He doesn't always adjust his body cleanly when receiving awkward passes. That is the trade-off for having 98 physical contact. He is powerful but not always agile in tight control situations. This is why sometimes you'll feel like he misses certain easy-feeling chances that smaller strikers would control more smoothly. He dominates when he has space or when he attacks crosses, but in tight dribbling situations, his balance can limit him. The best progression for Haaland reflects that perfectly. Shooting 7 boosts his already elite finishing. Passing 4 is minimal because he is not a creator. Dribbling 12 is actually very important here because it helps reduce that stiffness in close control. Dexterity 8 improves responsiveness and movement. Aerial Strength 8 pushes his already insane heading dominance even further. So the goal is not to fix Haaland's weakness completely, but to smooth it out just enough while maximizing his strengths. Now let's talk about Hugo Ekitike. This is a very different type of striker. 106 CF goal poacher, 95 offensive awareness, 92 finishing, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. On paper, this is a very modern meta striker. He is fast, technical, and very smooth on the ball with 90 ball control and 91 dribbling. He feels lighter and more agile than Haaland. He is built for quick combinations and sharp runs behind defenders. But his weakness is very clear. Heading. 81 heading, 77 jump, and 82 physical contact means he is not built for aerial duels at all. Even though he has good movement and finishing, he completely disappears as an aerial threat. In games where crossing is important or where you rely on set pieces, Ekitike becomes very one-dimensional. He simply cannot compete in the air consistently against strong center backs. That forces you to use him in a very specific way. He needs ground-based attacking systems, through balls, quick passes, and fast build-up play. If you try to use him like Haaland or Kohler, you will feel the limitation immediately. The best progression for Ekitike actually reflects this identity. Shooting 10 boosts his finishing to elite level. Passing 6 helps him link play slightly better. Dribbling 12 maximizes his main strength, which is movement and ball control. Dexterity 8 improves responsiveness. And aerial strength 4 is minimal because you are not fixing his heading weakness. You are accepting it completely. So when we look at all three cards together, the pattern becomes very clear. Rice's weakness is attacking movement. Haaland's weakness is balance and tight control. Ekitike's weakness is aerial ability. And that's the real lesson here. No card is perfect. Even the most overpowered big time and Showtime players still have a clear flaw that defines how you use them. The smartest players are not the ones who ignore these weaknesses, but the ones who build their entire playstyle around them.